You know, there's been a lot of noise lately about Liverpool, about what's gone wrong, what's broken, and where this team goes from here. And honestly, I think the question everyone's asking is fair. Is Liverpool's biggest problem the failure to integrate their new players? Well, that's definitely one of the problems, but it's not the only one. Liverpool have quite a few issues right now, some tactical, some emotional, and some just part of the natural cycle of rebuilding after so much change. Integrating new signings is always difficult in the Premier League. It doesn't matter how talented you are, this league hits you like a freight train. The speed, the physicality, the pressure, it's relentless. It's not just about adapting to a new country, new teammates, and a new manager. It's about coming into what's arguably the most competitive football environment in the world. Now, Liverpool should, in theory, be the perfect landing spot for top players. A historic club, elite facilities, and a passionate fan base that lives and breathes football. Integration should be easier here than most clubs. But this season, it just hasn't clicked. The Reds are missing Luis Diaz, who, before his absence, was one of their few bright sparks. They're still feeling the emotional impact of losing Diogo. That tragedy shook not only the dressing room but the spirit of the fan base. You can't just move past something like that overnight. It lingers. Then you look at the new faces. Some are adapting, some clearly aren't. One of the new boys, let's be honest, is struggling badly. The pace of the league, the positional awareness, the consistency, it's all been missing. The coaching staff are trying to figure out where he fits best as a 10 on the left, but nothing seems natural for him right now. Ekit been a positive. You have to give him credit. His energy, his confidence, you can see he belongs at this level. But Isak's been hit hard by injuries, and it stopped him from finding any rhythm. Kurz, on the other hand, is still a mystery. Is he a fullback? A winger? He looks like he wants to play forward, but he's being pulled into defensive roles. That kind of positional confusion never helps. And of course, Liverpool are missing Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the most important players in the team's modern identity. People used to criticize his defending, but right now, Liverpool would do anything just to have his passing range and creativity back. That connection between defense and midfield is gone, and you can feel it every time they try to play out from the back. There's also something intangible here, something deeper. You can just tell that the team doesn't feel connected. The chemistry is off. The press isn't synchronized, the build-up play looks hesitant, and the belief that carried them through tough moments last season seems to have evaporated. And here's the thing, you can't win the Premier League in November, but you can definitely lose it by then. And right now, if Liverpool don't turn things around, they're in danger of doing exactly that. Let's be real, Liverpool can still fight for the title. They've got the quality. They've got history, mentality, and muscle memory from past success. But at the moment, that's all it is, memory. Because the current performances just don't match the standards this club demands. Now let's talk about defense, because that's another huge concern. Virgil van Dijk, the leader, the rock, the calm presence at the back, he hasn't been himself. Not terrible, but not great either. And when your captain isn't at his best, that uncertainty spreads. Then there's Ibrahima Konate. He's been poor, no way around it. Decision-making, passing, awareness, all off. And opposition teams have figured it out. They're pressing him aggressively, forcing mistakes, and cutting off Liverpool's ability to play through the lines. The fullbacks haven't settled, the defensive midfield cover has been inconsistent, and Ryan Gravenberch, who was supposed to bring control, has struggled to stay fit. Without that shield in front of the back line, Liverpool look vulnerable every time they're pressed. And let's not pretend the attack is clicking either. The front line that used to terrify defenses looks toothless at times. You can feel the frustration in every misplaced pass, every overhit cross, every wasted chance. Liverpool fans are noticing too. A recent fan poll showed that around 77% of supporters believe the title race is already over. It's only November, but that's how bleak it feels. And statistically, it's hard to argue. No Premier League winner has ever lost more than 6 games in a 38-game season, and Liverpool already have 5 losses before the halfway mark. Now sure, Arsenal can still slip up. Manchester City will drop points. But do you really believe Liverpool can go unbeaten for the rest of the campaign? Honestly, it doesn't feel like it. There's just too much inconsistency, too many cracks appearing in too many areas. It's frustrating because the club spent big £120 million on Isak, £150 million on Wirtz, yet they still didn't fix the obvious holes. They needed a reliable center-back, a proper defensive midfielder, and more depth in key areas. It's like they spent a fortune, but the balance of the squad is still wrong. The team feels like it's lost its rhythm. It's not that they've become bad overnight, it's that they've lost their identity. The press isn't as sharp, the transitions aren't as fluid, and the chemistry between the players just isn't there. And honestly, this is where I think Arne Slot is struggling most. He's a good coach, but maybe he hasn't quite figured out how to translate his ideas to this level yet. Maybe he's still finding his voice in a dressing room full of stars who were built in the image of Klopp. That's not easy. You're taking over from one of the most charismatic, emotionally connected managers in football history. Klopp didn't just manage Liverpool, he embodied it. He was Liverpool. So when you remove that kind of figure, there's always a vacuum. And Slot, for all his tactical intelligence, doesn't yet have that same emotional pull. The players don't seem as fired up, the energy isn't the same, and when things go wrong, there isn't that spark of belief that Klopp used to inspire. Now, that doesn't mean Slot's a failure. It means he's human. He's in transition, just like the club. But he needs time and maybe a little humility to recognize what's not working and adapt before the season gets away from him completely. Because make no mistake, Liverpool are still a great team. They're still one of the biggest clubs in the world. But right now, they're a team that's searching for itself. They're trying to rediscover that identity, that togetherness, that Liverpool-ness that made them champions before. So yeah, the failure to integrate new players is a problem. But it's not the problem. It's one piece of a much bigger puzzle that includes confidence, leadership, injuries, tactical balance, and belief. And unless those pieces start fitting together again soon, this might just be another season of what-ifs and missed opportunities. Because if Liverpool don't fix this quickly, if they don't find their rhythm, reconnect emotionally, and start trusting the system again, they won't just lose the title, they'll lose their identity. And that, more than anything, is what should worry fans the most. Up the Reds, but there's a lot of work to do.